What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So, as y'all all know, I did my due diligence on the Don Robinson situation on, what I'm saying, the previous video and things like that. Listen, look, so Jermaine Dupri has something to say about Don Robinson's situation and things like that. And yes, listen, look, we got to listen to it. So we're going to go here now. I'm going to recap on what she had to say, and then we're going to dive off in what Jermaine Dupri had to say about the situation. Let's go here now.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger, she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. I didn't understand it. I still don't. And it hurt me.
Okay, so that's partially what she had to say, living with her mom, things like that. It is what it is at that point. Let's see what Jermaine had to say about this situation. Let's go here now.
It was her choice to be in the car. I saw somebody send a message and say, Jermaine, Monica, all of y'all, can y'all put some money together to help Dawn out? From my understanding, for her to speak on it the way she spoke on it, she was basically saying that she saw other people living in their vans, living in RVs, and she welcomed the idea of doing this. Somebody said her choice or limited options. It was her having an assistant is not something that you should even think about if you don't have no money, right? And I'm bringing this up because Dawn, when she was telling the story in her car today about her living in her car for the last 3 years, she said, I was telling my assistant. And when she said that, I said, oh, wait a minute. It changed my whole vibe of what I was watching, because ain't no goddamn way she got an assistant. And she ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Ain't no way. Yeah, Mr. Watson, when you ain't got no money and you out here just doing what you got to do, you do by yourself.
Definitely. Now, in my previous broadcast on this situation, I came at it, of course, different things like that. You know what I'm saying? I did kind of question the fact that she, had her manager. He was paying XYZ amount of money for the, first of all, she moved in with the manager, stayed there for a second. Then the manager, decided to give her, get a hotel room for her. He paid for that hotel room for X amount of time, stuff like that. She was like, oh, no. She tried to find an apartment. And, the manager was like, no, listen, look, if I'm gonna pay for this shit, basically, you need to move to a place that I, feel comfortable paying for, basically. And it is what it is here. When you're at the whim of other people, you kind of have to acclimate yourself to, move to a certain degree. Now, who knows what happened with the parent situation. Like I said in my previous video, the thing of that it's like, listen, look, her mother probably was like, you was the star at one point. Like what happened to whatever money that you was making, this and that. But that's neither here nor there at this point. And, mom decided to, get a little, upset. Listen, look, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. It's no way possible that two grown ass women are going to live under the same roof. Period. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen that way. So that's kind of what that was. But at this point right here, what JD is explaining, he's just like, listen, look, how is this possible that she has an assistant? But JD never did mention the manager, which she mentioned the manager in her original video, but JD didn't mention the manager right now. He mentioned the assistant. And I get it on both sides. Like, listen, look, the manager and the assistant, like, you know, they're trying to get her back on her feet, but is she really wanting to get there? Now, I'm not saying that, of course, you know, she could actually sing because of who she is. So it's like, you know, are you willing to put in the work again in order to get back to where you could be, or something similar to that, to where you can make money again? But this is the question at hand. So, you know, what JD is coming to the table with is like, listen, look, you know, she like, screw it, I'd rather live in a damn car or whatever. And you know, it's like, okay, baby, you know what I'm saying? It's still, though, it's like, for a woman, it's not safe to live out there. You don't have the proper amenities, healthcare, things like that. It's crazy out here. Let's keep going. Let's see what more JD had to say about this situation.
You know what I'm saying? You moving around by yourself. Ain't nobody getting ready to sit up under you and just kick it for nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, it might be some people that will stick there for a little bit, but 3 years?
Right. And the thing of this is like, you know, was she willing to put in the work in order to get back on her feet, in order to do the things that need to be done to, you know, help everybody else around her? You know, like I said, like was in my previous broadcast, what she said was that, you know, the manager, he was paying his rent was like a 1,000 some bucks and shit like that, but the room that he was renting for her was like 3,000 and something like that. That's what she said now. So it's like, okay, that math not mathing. And what do you do with that? Like, you know, people are trying to reinvest in you, even if you fell on hard times, because they know that the potential that you did have at one point, and you still have that potential, but if you decide to put forth the effort in order to, you know, get yourself back on your feet. But if you're not willing to do so, and you just, you know, trying to car sleep or whatever, then no, nobody's going to stick around for that, because you're not willing to, you know, reinvest in yourself and reinvest in others that are investing in you. Hold on. Damn. I'm sorry, guys. Shit. Hold on. Let me check and make sure I'm right.
Sit up under you and just kick it for nothing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it might be some people that will stick there for a little bit, but 3 years? She said she been in her car for 3 years. Ain't no 3 years of an assistant staying around. They ain't getting no money. If you ain't got no money, how they gonna help you? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no money to pay them.
Yeah.
It don't even make sense, right? It don't make sense. So I'm just trying to make I'm just trying to make sure everybody pays attention to the whole scope of this story, because that's what I heard, and that made me think, wait a minute. She got an assistant. I don't know if she broke. She might not have all the money that she want in the world, but she definitely is not broke saying she got an assistant.
I mean, that makes sense to me. If she has an assistant, and like she previously said as well, she had a manager and stuff like that was also, you know, paying his bills and also putting her up in a hotel and things like that, and also trying to help her find an apartment, whatever. It's like, okay, where, you know, how can you actually do the things that you're supposed to do to get back on your feet, to help recuperate these people that are trying to assist you, both the manager and your assistant? You know, and like JD said, 3 years of that, and you haven't, you know, actually tried to make any moves. Maybe you're not accepting any songs to sing. Who knows at this point, because it's a lot of details being left out, you know what I'm saying? Because she does have other people engaging in her life, what she had, and things like that, you know, obviously she's not, you know, trying to work with properly to get her back on her feet, so she can, you know, get herself together and be able to provide for herself, as well as, you know, reimburse the people that are providing for her. It's wild. This is wild right here. JD, Jermaine Dupri, he made a lot of sense of this situation if we just truly pay attention. And yes, these people are about business, And as her being a ex-singer of En Vogue, they know that she has the potential to actually, you know, maybe do something solo, or maybe turn this story into something triumphant and things like that. She has the potential to do that, but is she willing to do that? Is she willing to put in the work? Is she willing to transform herself into something different? Is she willing to come up out of that thought process? But it also goes back to what JD said, is she really choosing to be in this position now? Or what is it? But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.